Officially, we are Champions League bound. After finishing fifth last season in what was an epic run home, we are playing Champions League football here in Season 4. It's been a meteoric rise for Stoke City, but now we have to turn this squad into a squad that can play Champions League football. It's going to be a cracker of a transfer special. We're also going to see what our Champions League draw is going to be and play our first Champions League game in it. With that being said, let's go run that intro and let's go see how we can turn this squad into a Champions League squad. Officially, we are Champions League bound. After finishing fifth last season in what was an epic run home, we are playing Champions League football here in Season 4. It's been a meteoric rise for Stoke City, but now we have to turn this squad into a squad that can play Champions League football. It's going to be a cracker of a transfer special. We're also going to see what our Champions League draw is going to be and play our first Champions League game in it. With that being said, let's go run that intro and let's go see how we can turn this squad into a Champions League squad. Yes, welcome back to another episode here of our 4-4-2 rebuild with Stoke. Before I continue on, 80% of you are not subscribed, so the big red button down below, FM24 content is coming out shortly. I'm filming this in September, but the time this comes out, I reckon the beta would be close. With that being said, this is probably the last season of this save. The goal of the save was, of course, to be mid-table and to bring Stoke back to some former glory of being an established Premier League club. We've achieved that, but now we have one last season, a shot at glory, and a shot of Champions League football. The squad, probably not ready for it, but we've got a transfer window and 100 million to spend. Very quickly, if you didn't watch the end of last episode, we always break down the squad. We need a right back that is a more defensively minded right back. We need probably a striker to partner Strun Larsen if he stays, because he has had some interest. We also need to keep a hold of our best players as well, and we're going to need some bench players. Obviously, we already know we've made 2 signings. Didn't watch last episode. I'll recap then when we go through all the signings we've had this season. But we have a squad that is decent. We have a squad that probably lacks in some areas. Let's try and make this team competitive. We can buy a nice, big, tall, fast striker up front and a pretty good defensive fullback. I think that team on paper, because of the height it has, can definitely ruffle a few feathers over in the league phase of the Champions League. We salute a club legend. Bosnijek is on his way. Off to Saudi League he goes. He's got his big move. Absolute club legend. The board and the players and the fans all love him, and I do too. It's unfortunate he won't be here for our final season at Stoke, but the 30 mil is too much money, and we have got much better strikers in at the club. But he has scored some big goals, some important goals. He's fired us to Wembley. He got us to the Premier League from the Championship when he was fit. I have truly enjoyed him. He's averaged over a 7 in his game time here. Now, we do have to go through some players quickly. I'm actually about to jet off. I'm about to go to the airport myself when I'm filming this for the AFL Grand Final. We've got some players that we have to go through and talk about. We also got some sales that we must discuss too. Firstly, we've made a few signings very early doors, and if you did watch last episode, you would have seen these. Samuel Chukwuemeka, I can never pronounce it, just Chucky or Samuel, comes in for 1.3 million, which is a steal. 1 mil up front. Barely played at Milan and was on loan into the year before. Absolutely fantastic. And in the match engine is insane from what I've seen in pre-season. Absolutely love him. Think he's going to be great off the bench. Good depth cover. Can play on the right, can play on the left, can play, whenever we need him to in whatever big game he must play in if there is an injury. He loves a big game and he's fairly consistent. So absolutely love him. And I honestly believe that he will push our boy McGuinness for a starting left wing spot. And from what I've seen, he's great. He might even start on the right if Jevon Simmons goes for another poor run of form. The other person that we did sign is Justin Paquet. He was on the next-gen list. Fantastic defensive midfielder with a little bit of youth about him at 18 years of age. Would become homegrown at the club. Even though this is our last season, I still want to build the club like I would if I was playing the same for another 10 seasons or so. Best way to approach it. 5'11", ball-winning midfielder, can play DM when we need to defend, can play centre mid when we need to. And by the time the season's over, I honestly believe he's going to be a decent Premier League footballer. So there you are. There is that one. Then we signed some people from Brentford after their relegation. First, Nathan Collins, learning to play inverted fullback on defend. And as an inverted fullback on defend in this system, all they have to do is sit there, be able to head the ball, tackle, jump. 6'5", stays back at all times, has got 15 marking, tackling, and heading. This is a Stoke City sort of fullback. And centre-back that can play fullback, that is developing and is natural as a centre-back and developing to become natural at fullback. I think he's fantastic, also a perfectionist, also got nice jumping reach, composure, and bravery. And I do believe he likes a big game, which he does right here. Barely any cons at all. I think this is just a great signing. Had a really poor year at Brentford last year. If he stays fit, this is great. Also said we needed some defensive midfielder depth or centre mid depth, and I went after experience. Henderson for only a few million makes a lot of sense. He is still good enough, 3.1 million by the way, still good enough to play Premier League football, and his contract will take him to his probably retirement here for a couple of years. Great mentals, great technicals, can sit in and play DLP, can sit in and try and win the ball back. Does lack a little bit in physicals, but we'll play him in roles where it's like come and see out a game as a centre mid on support or defend, just to tick the ball over, go and sit in as a DLP to create. He's the sort of guy that I can plug in and play in a lot of Premier League games while I'm resting people for Champions League. He's the sort of signing that improves the squad where he doesn't necessarily improve the starting 11. And then we signed one from Japan, and this is against the model of everything. We've gone after a 5'9" striker, which is not the plan, but as a fourth choice, especially with Bosnjak going, someone that can change a game, I think it's important. This is Sekniki. I wouldn't have a clue. Sekniki? But the young Japanese 18-year-old comes in as a fringe player. He's got 16 dribbling, finishing, 17 technique, 15 flair, 15 agility, 15 pace, 15 stamina, 15 composure. Just off the bench, just come in and be a dynamo last 15, 20 minutes, can change a game. Honestly, if he develops, he could be really nippy and really quick, and is an upgrade on Amin, who we've just sold, by the way, as well, and I think he's fantastic. Now we get into this season, and we do have some sales we have to talk about. We've made 51 million back in money. Obviously, as you guys have seen, Bosnjak is about to go, so that's about to go up to about 70. Milanov did leave on his loan for 11.75. Pearson did go on his loan for 500k, which is pretty cool. We also sold Mbabu just now. He's only down to 2-star for 3.8 million, cutting out a little bit of the squad there. Junior went for 11, which is superb money as well. And Amin went to Burnley for 11 to be a championship level striker, which is kind of his level. Rigo also left for 3.6 million, and Madsen he managed to get 8 mil for. So to pick him up from QPR was fantastic, but to get Henderson in the squad, this is pretty good as well. The one player we did bring in was on a free. Tammy was released by Roma. I've used him in the Ange Postecoglou save we did on this channel, and he was banging in goals as a lone pressing forward. We're now playing him as an advanced forward up top in this role here. He should do the business, which means we have a 6'4" Strand Larsen with a 6'5" Tammy Abraham with a 6'3" or 6'4" Pietro Pellegrini. 3 of our 4 strikers are tall monsters that will head the ball at any opportunity, and we've got some quick wingers. I expect Tammy to come in and really transform the club. He is absolutely fantastic, and how the team looks is kind of like that. It's Tommaso with Collins playing in that new right back role of the inverted fullback, sitting in with Konsa, and Jamie Lawrence is still here. If a world-class centre-back comes available and they want to come to us, I will take Jamie Lawrence out this team. And David at left back because he's outgrown Borza. McGuinness is fantastic, but I tell you what, Chucky's had a really good preseason. Anton and Watson stay together. Watson we could improve upon, but he's got the 19 long throws, and it's part of our rebuild in this 4-4-2 is to still be 4-4-2. Obviously, have that defensive, have centre backs that are really tall and full backs that are really tall. We've got 3 of our 4 centre backs are 6'6", 6'5", and 6'7". So, and have a guy with long throws. He's Rory Delap. He may not be the best player, but he's on the park and he can throw a ball, and that's what we want. Jevon Simmons on the right is obviously one of our best players when he's on form. Strand Larsen is our best player, and Tammy is also going to join him up front, which means we've got some really good depth. Strand's wanted by Lazio. He ain't going. David's wanted by Spurs. He ain't going on loan. And as you can see, we've got some pretty good bench players. When your bench is looking like Bursic as a backup keeper, tossing at right back. Devin Wrench is still here, but I'm going to sell him if we get someone to replace Jamie Lawrence. Diogo Coppola's not bad. Borzes can also play left back and be our starting left back. Bassi had a fantastic one. Norway made the semi-finals of the World Cup. Italy won the World Cup in this save. Jordan Henderson's still got quality. Paquea is a wonder kid that was on next gen. Samuel Chuki is probably should be starting for us on paper. Sekni is an explosive Japanese youngster, and Pietro Pellegrini knows what he's doing up front. We've got a core of a team that we have transformed now into a starting 11 that will finish mid-table no matter what, because it's got too much quality, and a bench that can either have players that will develop into world-class talents, potentially, or B, be good enough to impact games, play Premier League games, allow for rotation, play in those weaker Champions League games. We have now created a squad from where it was about being a save, where it was about consolidating Stoke in the Prem. We've done that, and we've now turned this squad into a squad that can consolidate, be in the Premier League, and probably be in Europe for many seasons to come. When I look at that squad, this is the big tick of approval that we have completed this save. And now it's about having some fun, getting into that Champions League game. If there's any other transfer drama when I come back from my holiday, you guys will see it. If not, the next time we'll see each other is for our first Champions League game. It'll be interesting to see who we draw. First game of the season. Literally first game I've played since coming back from my short little holiday away. And it's the best game Stoke City have ever played. We have had 20 shots, 11 on target, 3.89 XG, and limited Newcastle to one shot, which, as you can see in the XG table, came right at the end of the game. We absolutely dominated, everyone playing well, and all the new signings combining in some way, shape, or form. With that being said, only problem is Anton getting injured, but we played a sensational game of football. And I think the goal I'm going to show you is a goal where Chucky, or Chukwumeza, sets up Sekni, our new Japanese striking signing. We look pretty good. And if this is a sign of things to come, we're not only going to be able to challenge on a European front or to make it out of the league phase, we might be having quite the season domestically as well. It is only one game though, so we shouldn't get too excited. But yeah, it's early morning. I'm talking softly, but I am so excited by what I just watched. Our Champions League fixtures are here, and our first ever game is going to be at home, and it's going to be against Liverpool of all teams. So nothing too exciting in terms of we got this big European tie. It's just Liverpool, who are one of the biggest clubs in the world, but another English side. If you had a look, we should probably beat Freiburg and Shakhtar, being a Premier League club. Napoli away would be a fun tip. We should beat Slavia Prague. Salzburg we should beat. We then get Bayern Munich away. That's probably going to be the next episode after this one, is we'll probably play through 6 months of the season, and then Fenerbahce. So yeah, look, when you look at that, we should really make it through the league phase as a Premier League club, because that is quite a good draw for us. With that being said though, I'm pretty happy overall with that draw, but yeah, the next little part we'll cut into some highlights and some recap before those highlights against Liverpool. Penalty shootout drama, ladies and gentlemen. First round, Cabaret Cup, we drew Manchester City. We have taken them 2-2 to full time away from home, and we now have a shootout in a game that we have played very, very well. Now, it's going to come down to how well we do play. We can't see the match stats, unfortunately, but a very even game. And Marmoush beats Martinelli, and it is at 1-0 City. I have gone full strength, as I said. I wanted to really test myself. Wanted to see how good we really were this season as Strand Larsen beats Trafford. This has really proven the point that we have built a great squad that were able to take it to City away from home. And, oh, wow, Martinelli should have saved that one. And it's going to be Borza now to keep it at 2-2. Well, I think all 4 penalties so far, the keepers probably should have saved. Not a great showing of shootout potential or scoring ability, but it's 2-2 as Nem Payne steps up, and that's probably the best penalty of the lot. Martinelli going the right way, but is well beaten. Jordan Henderson, known for his penalty-taking ability, even though it's low on FM, which makes no sense. And he goes down the middle, and after 3 penalties each, it's 3-3. And we're looking at Ruben Diaz stepping up here versus Martinelli. We don't have too many penalty takers left on the park. And that is a pretty good penalty from Ruben Diaz, sorry. McGuinness has only got 8 penalty taken, kind of shows what level we're at. But McGuinness, with his sweet left foot, sends Trafford the wrong way. Great penalty. We're basically at sudden death, 4 shots each. Can Martinelli be a hero here? The Italian goes the right way again, but can't get near the penalty. And now we must score. And I believe it's Anton, our club captain, who's got 15 composure to step up, but he doesn't have the best penalty taking. Can he go and beat Trafford, who is a big boy as well? Left foot of Anton. He knows how to hit him from distance. Can he hit it here? It's actually his right foot, but he hits that one well. And that is in the bottom bin. And we go into sudden death after 5 perfect penalties each. Justin steps up versus Martinelli. And the Italian saves. What a save. Stayed middle, looked Justin in the eye. Read him down the middle. Makes a big save. And now if we score, we knock City out the cup. And it's going to be Tammy Abraham, who has great penalty taking, but for whatever reason wasn't on my list. And he blasts it home. And it's going to be 6-5, 6 perfect penalties from Stoke City. We have knocked out Man City. And what a start to the season. We've gone full strength. We've knocked out City out the Carabao Cup. And for me, someone that made the final and lost in this competition last year, this is our best chance of silverware. We're favourites now. Obviously, we hope we don't draw a Liverpool or a Chelsea or one of the big four, Arsenal. But if we don't, we should win this competition. And that is outrageous. Didn't expect to win or draw today, but we just wanted to see how well the first string side would go. And well, boys, it went very, very, very well. I'll see you guys to recap that start of the season in a second and those Liverpool highlights as we are about to embark on our first game in the Champions League. What a start to the season, everyone. We have played 4 games. We're on 12 points. As you can see on the top left-hand side of the screen where my mouse is, we're only in 4th because we haven't played a game at number 5. Win that, and we will be top of the Premier League. Obviously got Liverpool in our first game in the Champions League, but let's recap how we're looking this season. Before we get into the results, in the data hub, as you guys can see, we are 1 goal over our XG. We're 1 goal under our XGA, probably 2, 3.8. We've only conceded twice. And we're 3 points over where we should be in expected points already. We're very clinical with arguably one of the best attacks in the league, but it is early doors, high non-penalty expected, and quite an impenetrable defence. This means that we have started the season well, and you obviously saw the 4-0 win against Newcastle, which I highlighted. Important to note, Tammy has started fantastically. A little low on the penalty taking from the last one that I had, which was at Sunderland. He's at my Sunderland club. Sorry, Ange Postecoglou is at my rebuild at Forest. But yeah, as you can see here, 3 games played, 4 goals, 2 assists, 8.23 average rating. He is looking absolutely fantastic. We then obviously played against West Ham. We won 3-0 away from home as well, which is pretty cool. And Tammy scoring a brace here, Strun Larson scoring from a McGuinness cross, and we looked fantastic in this game. Martinelli, by the way, starting the season with 2 clean sheets and 2 games played at a 7.55, which is quite nice to see. We then played against Ipswich at home, and Ipswich, by memory, have got a very, very, very weird coaching appointment, I think. No, I've read that Jurgen was there. Anyhow, that's me spitballing. But as you can see, we won 2-0 here, dominated the game. We probably should have scored some more goals. Chukwuemeka in this game getting man of the match. And Chucky has played in every game so far. 3 starts, 1 off the bench. 2 assists at a 7.47, already making a mockery of his 1 mil price tag. We then obviously played Man City, as you guys saw, and in the last game out, we did play Wolves, who are second bottom after 4 games played, and haven't got a point. We did fully rotate, as you can see, with Coppola and Devon Wrench playing and Bursic in goal. We did concede our first 2 goals in the season. I will say that is due to the back 4 being a little bit undermined, but we did look really good. Sekni scoring the eventual winner, and he is starting to develop quite nicely and has 2 goals off a 1 start, 2 off the bench at 7.37. It's a very good start for the new Japanese striker. As you can tell, the team's in a really good form, and the goal I want to show you to recap this is Borz's effort from distance, which gives Jordan Henderson his first assist of the season at his brand new club. We'll go on this camera angle because it's perfectly fine as he gives it over to Borza here, and Borza will hit it first time into the bottom bin to beat Areola. Outside of this defensively worrying game because we fully rotated, we've won every game this season, and we've got Liverpool in 2 back-to-back games. As mentioned, next episode, I will come back to recap all this run and Bayern Munich. Now, the main reason we're jumping so far into the future there in January is because, obviously, FM26 is coming out. If you're excited for that, give this video a like. Do subscribe to the YouTube channel, as we will be starting the beta save with Watford. It is leaked that it's the 21st of October. The new game will be coming out 22nd from here in Australia. I want to make sure that we get this season filmed and uploaded before the 22nd. So we will be jumping quite a fair bit into the second half of this season. barring some Cabaret Cup drama. What we'll do now is we'll get into our first game of the Champions League against Liverpool and have all the highlights. Our first game in the Champions League. It's always a historic moment in any save, but with Stoke City and a Brexit 4-4-2, it's extremely, extremely inspiring and proud to know that Brexit football ain't dead. At the Britannia, the Bet365, wish it was a Tuesday night with pouring rain. It is not, but it is an opportunity to tackle one of the biggest. Liverpool are one of the biggest teams in Europe, and they'll be in the purple, be us in the red and the white. And away we go in our first Champions League game. And a highlight from kickoff, as Jamie Lawrence picks up the ball, finds Henderson, Tammy, Strun-Larsen was brought down, and the referee said no. Easily a foul, and if they score from this, I'll be livid. Wirtz's ball picked off by Jevon Simmons, and he can turn and he can go at his man, and he beats him. Numbers in the box, Strun-Larsen's there, and inside 35 seconds, we have scored our first goal in the Champions League. What a return to the big stage for Stoke City. And well, we lead 1-0 against European royalty inside 35 seconds at home. What a start. You couldn't have dreamt it. And we lead 1-0. Highlight for Liverpool on the halfway line. Konate to take this free kick for offside. Finds Saboz. Isak. Wirtz now in a big area. Great save by Martinelli. Was going bottom bin. A world-class save from the keeper that is developing quite nicely. And the Italian keeps it out and it's still 1-0. Sabozlai's ball back stick. Cleared away by Strun-Larsen. We do have a really tall team on paper. We will deal with that corner. And this should be the highlight. Still going to be 1-0. But Sabozlai's ball back stick as we get another highlight. Apparently handball against Nathaniel Collins. Hate this highlight on FM because it's so unrealistic. You barely see handballs from the direct free kick in real football. And instead, we get absolutely FM cheesed here. And it's going to be Isak from the spot, I would imagine, to put them 1-0 up. It is. Or to put the 1-1, I should say. He does score. FM, typical. You're playing against a bigger team. You're playing really well. Let's just go give him a penalty. Typical Football Manager cheese. A little bit annoying. Good penalty. 1-1 against Liverpool. Right on halftime, we have a highlight. Sabozlai going long. Jevon wins, but only as far as Konate. Collins falls back to Konate. Of course it does. Ball in, Wirtz. Falls to Sabozlai. And again, it's a little bit of gameplay annoyance. A ball that was going to be cut out after a poor ball here from Konate by Collins. And it just bounces off him and falls back to Konate. Really hoping FM26 with the improved match and graphical engine, we get a fairer input on what the game's trying to show. Because, yet again, two unrealistic goals we've conceded here. Now we're 2-1 down right at halftime. And at halftime, it is going to be 2-1. If we look at shots, we've had more shots, 11 versus 7. They've had better XG, but that all comes from the goal they've literally just scored then and the penalty. So two big chances for them. They've scored both. They've had more of the ball with his Liverpool. Of course they will, but we don't mind that playing in the two banks of four. A little bit annoying. Both highlights, they've had a very, very, very annoying type of goals to concede in Football Manager. We're off to the second half and see what we can do. Jevon Simmons, free kick. Goes short to Anton, he fires in. I think he's offside though, boys, so wouldn't get too excited. Smart move by Jevon to not shoot, but to pass because he was too far out. And the goal's given. Wow, there we go. 49 minutes in, it's 2-2. I thought he was off. Great finish from Anton. He is playing at centre-back today, a little bit makeshift. Didn't want to play Devon Wrench, who's been very poor in this save. And this is a great camera angle game. He's onside by a mile according to the lines, but hard to tell. And it's 2-2. Another highlight. Jamie Lawrence finds David. Going with the ball. From left back, finds McGuinness. He can whip him. Instead, he goes back to Henderson. He can shoot. Jordan, in the end, falls out. Makes Beckham pull out. A world-class save. It was a good hit from Jordan Henderson. The corner comes in. Fortunately, doesn't find anyone's head. And that should be the highlight here. Should be being the key word. Jevon probably should have got back on it then, and it could have been another highlight. But it is going to be 2-2. 60th minute, Anton. That's a poor ball. Never gave it to Jevon Simmons. And here come Liverpool on the break. Very poor from our club captain. Frimpong into Sabozlai. And Sabozlai scores to put Liverpool 3-2 up. Our club captain with a big mistake. Yet again, we're playing Champions League, biggest stage of the world. I've never seen a centre-back pass it to their central midfielder in world football, where they don't hit a 5-metre pass, but sure. Football Manager really portraying this one that we're meant to lose. And 3-2 down here against Liverpool. And all 3 goals you could look at and go, that is not a fair portrayal of how the match engine probably perceives it. They're obviously perceiving it as a counter-pressing moment. Liverpool win the ball back on the press and hit you on the break. And the graphical engine's just like, I can't compute that, so our centre-back's just going to give the ball to their centre-mid. Instead, I would much see us. We play the pass, we try to play the second pass, they have a pressing trigger on us, they win the ball, and off we go. But yeah, that's very annoying. 3-2 down. 79th minute, Chucky corner, backstick ball, Becker comes and claims. Great keeping from the Liverpool keeper, who has definitely played his part in keeping Liverpool ahead here. A goal for Liverpool would kill the game. A goal for us would make for a grandstand last 10 minutes. Robertson now. Back to Anton Silva. Valverde. We look to trigger that press. Isak. Back to Anton Silva. And Liverpool knocking it around quite comfortably here. Picking us apart. Gomez. Valverde. Liverpool building out from the back. We're forcing them further backwards, but they'll find the moment they're going. Here goes Gravenberch. Bassi, what a tackle. Sekni now needs to find a good ball in. Doesn't find Strand Larsen. Falls to David. Strand. Chucky. Oh, what a hit. Samuel Chukwuemeza on the volley. Puts it into the top bin. Becker can't do anything about it. It's 3-3. Came from nothing. Remind you when Suarez scored against Norwich all those years ago for Liverpool, where he just hit it. We didn't expect him to. Just off the step, one touch. It's actually off Becker and into the top bin. But 3-3, what a goal. 87th minute. What a crazy game of football. Welcome back to European football, Stoke. Szoboszlai, Isak, Wirtz, Robertson, Collins, what a tackle. Maybe we go on the break. Bassi wants it. Doesn't lock onto the ball. Of course he doesn't. Football Manager, really? Robertson now cuts it. Szoboszlai scores a hat-trick. We're down 4-3 in the 88th. What a game. But again, we've got the ball with Collins. Bassi has the ball right behind him. And instead of the game recognising that's a pass to Bassi and Bassi's going to pick the ball up and run, the game can't compute and he runs away from the ball. Just make it realistic. We're 4-3 down. All 4 goals. I know this sounds like sour grapes. All 4 goals, I'm going to say, have all been Football Manager cheese. All 4 of them. Liverpool have not come and had a good move where they moved the ball around and broke us down. All 4 goals have just come from Football Manager giving it to us. 92nd minute. Is there time for an equaliser? We don't deserve to lose today. Coppola. Paquet, the new signing. David now. Numbers in the box. Can he find a good ball in? Cuts it. It's Sekni. It's 4-4. What a game. Oh, what a game of football. By far the most dramatic game we have had this whole series. It is 4-4 and there's still 2 minutes left on the clock. This is outrageous. David with the ball, Sekni the new signing, and the Yapanez did his best to miss, but it's gone in. And it's 4-all. Is there any time for a winner? It is finished Stoke City 4, Liverpool 4. But we had 22 shots, 13 on target, 2.28 XG. Liverpool had 11 shots, 8 on target. They had 8 shots on target, scored 4 goals. And I would say all 4 goals. Penalty, which is from a cross, which you never see a defender jump with his hands like this ever in world football, but Football Manager. Let's have a look at Szoboszlai's goal here, because I'm pretty sure this one was a tackle. Yeah, because, of course, Collins is going to tackle and then stop and not get the ball to allow Konate to go on the run. Sure, whatever. Whatever game. Whatever game. Just annoying stuff. We turned the ball over by memory in that one. It's all right. I know the last one is just absolutely silly. Like, what's going on here, game? Like, come on. Like, what's going on here? The easiest pass in probably world football, a 5-meter pass from a fullback to a winger, and Collins plays the right pass, and Bassi doesn't turn around. He just runs like he doesn't know what's going on. Plus, no winger in world football, unless he's putting it over the top, is going to do this. He's going to sit here on the touchline and look at him. Anyhow, Football Manager things. What a game. 4-4. Let's not detract too much from what an outstanding game this was. We play against one of Europe's best teams in Liverpool, who are probably arguably one of the favourites of this competition. We just drew 4-4. We are yet to lose a game in the Premier League. We're about to play Liverpool next in the Prem, by the way, which I don't expect to win at Anfield. What a start to the season. Our first game in Europe's been an absolute classic. We've won every game we've shown you. We've kept a couple of clean sheets. Let me know in the comment section where you think we're going to finish. I'm going to make a brave prediction. We're going to finish top 5 this season, and there might be some silverware in our last season here at Stoke. With that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much for checking out the episode, and leave a like and subscribe. But from Damo, from Stoke City, I'll catch you guys later, and bye.